Vinita Mataji from College Station, Texas, welcoming all of you to the mid-morning call. May I know who all joined this mid-morning. Before that, I just wanted to thank Vinita Mataji. Thank you so much for the beautiful recitation. May I know who all are joined this morning? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada, this is Preeti Vilasini Devidasi from Atlanta. Thank you, Revati, for beautiful chanting, and thank you, Mataji, for welcoming everybody.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. And all glories to your wonderful services, Mataji. Welcome to the call, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Srila Prabhupada. This is Kirtida Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Kirtida Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and giving your association every single day early and also being there always on the call, Mataji, and all glories to your wonderful services. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, HG Mataji, Danvat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Danvat Pranam to HG Preeti Vilasini, HG Revati, HG Vadna Gopi, and all coming Vaishnava from last 1 week for Sri Jagannath Yatra. Koti Danvat Pranam, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vrindagopika Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Our prayers to for your daughters. Quick recovery, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Our prayers for your daughter, Vrindagopika Mataji.
Thank you, Radhe.
Yeah. I know, Mataji, everybody is sick around.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dhanvat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and the assembled devotees. My prayers to
Shivani.
Shivani, yeah. Sorry, Mataji, I forget the name. My prayers to Shivani Mataji. Hope she recovers soon. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves before we start the call?
Hare Krishna, Vinita Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. My Dhanvat Pranam to all the devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sushmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna, Sushmita Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Danvat Pranam. This is Akshadas from Canada. And I would like to say that I saw Preeti Vilasini Mataji in the Chida festival when Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj addressed the call. She was serving in the DT kitchen, I assume, and
Yes,
I
Prabhu.
got the beautiful darshans. And also here's a Toronto Rath Yatra card, which is on July 12, 13, and 14. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, whoever can make it. Hare Krishna.
Did Guru Maharaj address the call? Do you have the recording of that, Prabhuji?
I might, let me look. Hare Krishna.
And I somehow missed that, Prabhuji. If possible, can you put it in the chat box? I would like to see if it is there on YouTube or anywhere. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Akshar Prabhuji, welcome to the call. Please accept my humble obeisances. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yesterday, some Vaishnava came from Denver. They are searching HG Preeti Vilasini, HG Kirtida Sundari, HG Lalitangi. And I just introduced from the car and he is crying that I am not able to come in a front for Bhakti Sangha because working, but I hear every night all the Bhakti Sangha lecture.
Yes, there are a lot of people who cannot join the call live. They hear on recordings on like the recording that we share or on YouTube. Thank you so much for everyone who join us and hear every single day. We are very grateful to all of you. I don't think so. Prabhuji joined. Is there anybody who'd like to introduce themselves? Or I'll finish the saying the quote of today and we'll wait for Prabhuji. Okay, then let me finish the quote for today. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sanga Conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Ramgiridhari Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of Caitanya Bhagavata Madhya khanda 10 chapter 279 through 281 verses. Before we hand over the call to Prabhu, I would like to read today's quote. The transcendental ecstasy symptoms certainly become manifested in an devotee's body, but they should not be exhibiting among us common men. Letter to Makhan Lal, June 3rd, 1970. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I don't.
Mataji, Prabhuji said that he's joining in 2 minutes.
Okay, I will just pause the recording. Is there anybody who'd like to introduce themselves? They can introduce, or else I can chant for 2 minutes. Okay. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram. Yeah, Prabhuji is there. Hare Krishna. Okay. Yeah. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining and giving your valuable time and association and enlightening us on the topic of Caitanya Bhagavat. I now hand over the call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, all Krishna Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. So we are reading from Caitanya Bhagavata Madhya khanda chapter 10, text 279 through 281. बड़ा कीर्ति हैले चैतन्य नाही पाए भक्ति वाश सभे प्रभुचारी वेदी गाय. By popular acclaim, one cannot achieve Sri Chaitanya. The four Vedas declare the Lord is controlled only by devotional service. Navadvipehen prakasha aila yata bhattacharya eka janena jhanila. Such revelations took place in Navadvipa, yet not one of the Bhattacharyas knew about this. 281. Duskritira sarvovare kabu jalanahe emana prakashe ki vanchita jivahaye. There can never be any water in the miscreant's reservoir. Otherwise, how could a living entity be cheated out of seeing such revelations? Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So thank you so much for engaging me in the service. Today in India, we are observing Srila Vrindavan Das Thakura's appearance day. I'm not sure if in US it's also same or different.
Yes, Prabhu, me too.
Okay, fantastic. So we are very highly indebted to him. We are highly privileged to have access to his wonderful compilation of this Caitanya Bhagavata. As it is explained by Vrindavan Das Thakura here, that no amount of opulence, no amount of power, position, name, fame, adoration, no amount of acclaim of your popularity, we will be able to come closer to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we are in for a wonderful period, this period, what we call as Swarna Yuga in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is Iron Age and Satya Yuga is Golden Age. But the period that we are currently enjoying is technically a golden era in Kali Yuga. Out of 432,000 years, these 10,000 plus years, right from the time Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu appeared and till Srila Prabhupada's prediction of next 10,000 years, his books will be the law books, is considered as a golden period. In spite of all confusions, in spite of all evil effects of Kali Yuga, we are blessed. Especially those of us who are closely witnessing Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and his extended family's pastimes. We are really fortunate because we are not only seeing the purport of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission live, we are also participants in that. One is, I am witnessing something that is live happening. What I am party to that, what I am participant to that. So I guess it's a very high privilege. In the history, 100 years down the line, all those who contributed, who participated, who did the Sankirtan Yajna, their names will be discussed in some of the Bhakti Sanga Bhagavatam sessions. Like the way Srila Prabhupada's disciples' glories are being discussed, the way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's servants' glories are being discussed, the way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glories are being discussed. So Vrindavan Das Thakura is explaining and making us realize, guys, don't underestimate what you are blessed with. Please take utmost advantage of the same. So we are very much indebted, highly indebted, and as I said, very fortunate to have received these blessings of hearing, participating Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Prabhupada's predecessor Acharyas, and in specific today, all glories to Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. Love means giving attention to details. If somebody says, I love someone, and if they are not giving attention to the details of that person in terms of what he likes, what he eats, what are all his preferences, then what kind of love is that? Love being superficial is always rejected. Krishna, when he was in this planet, all the Vrindavan Vassis, they are glorified, they are celebrated, they are worshipped because of their nature of love, the details, the importance, the attention they gave to love Krishna. They did not love him superficially. They did not love because they had some vested agenda. They did not love because it was a formality then. They loved because they loved him. So attention to details makes the love complete. And the attention to details, when they are put in action and when they are consistently followed through, and when they are further described and handheld to the next generation, then we are doing justice to the love that we have for someone. The reason I am describing this point is we have got Caitanya Bhagavata today because of the love that everyone associated with that have for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right from Mother Malini, mother of Vrindavan Thakura, up till our dearest Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, they have not just given some superficial, generalized information. They are helping us walk through the scene, the situation, and the entire episode and making us relive that. And whilst helping us reliving that, they are also telling how some people, even after living those moments, they never lived those moments. As Vrindavan Das Thakura is explaining, that several Bhattacharyas, several Sharmas and Bandopadhyayas or several Brahmins, they lived during the same time of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There were several people who literally had physical exchanges and they saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But they did not understand Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the entire Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's manifested Leela, only two sets of people had access to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prema. Number one, all those who were non-duplicitous and loved Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without any strings attached. They were recipient of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's special love. The second category is all those to whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wished to give his blessings. Because we hear in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Caitanya Bhagavata, that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu traversed through different places, whomever came in contact with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, someone whom Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu touched, someone who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, hugged, embraced, they started jumping, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. But over here, he sees several people in Navadvipa, Even what to speak of Navadvipa, some of the servants and maid servants in Srivas Thakur's house, they thought Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as somebody, as a friend and a regular contact of Srivas Thakur. So, our nutshell of today's discussion is going to be either we yearn to become the recipient of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, or we identify those places, those Sangha, those forum where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is bestowed without looking at any other criteria. You are given mercy. Either of the one we should latch on to, so that our existence now and our future is going to be interesting. Otherwise, we are simply wasting time. Tyaktva Turna Masesha Mandalapati Shrenim Sada Tuchavat Bhutva Dina Ganesakau Karunaya Kaupina Kantashkau. Srinivasacharya, in his Sad Goswami Ashtakam, is mentioning that actually devotion, what it means to be devotion, was demonstrated by these Goswamis by subscribing to minimalism and simplicity. In this narration, if you had participated in the previous sessions, you would know Vrindavan Das Thakura is concluding or kind of explaining, this is what is Mahaprakash Leela. This Mahaprakash Leela that Mahaprabhu showed to all those candidates whose heart had non-duplicitous love for him without any personal agenda. They could see everything in their Supreme Lord. They could see their Ishta Devata in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Somebody could see Narsingha, somebody could see Rama, somebody could see Varaha, somebody could see their own Supreme Lord Shyamasundara. So different personalities were seen. Mastakalinga, Swarupalinga, Rupa Bhanga, Sajjana Sangha, Yadukula Tilaka, Manmata Janaka, Patita Pavana, Dina Dayala, Vittala Ere, Pandari Raya, Vittala Ere. Tukaram Maharaj is singing a very nice abang. There was a devotee by name Narahari Sarkar. He was a very strong, ardent devotee of Lord Shiva. To an extent, he was a fanatic devotee of Lord Shiva. So much so that he wouldn't wish to see no other deity, no other form. But he was a fantastic, a very expert goldsmith. That his work, no one can find fault. One fine day, one rich family came to Pandharpur because they had prayed to the Lord Vittala that when some of their wish gets fulfilled, they will offer him golden or a diamond or whatever, a costly mukuta and waist belt. So they decided to offer it. So they were searching for a goldsmith and everybody said it is Narahari Sarkar. Narahari Sonar, sorry. Narahari Sonar. So that this guy you should go to. So when they went and explained his project, he said, I'm sorry, I don't do any work for anybody else. For me, my Lord Shiva is the ultimate, Supreme Lord. So somehow they pleaded, requested. So Narahari Sonar said, all right, you guys get me the measurement, I will make the jewelry. So they brought the measurement and he made it. When they went to offer it to the Lord, it was too tight. Then they once again brought with a different measurement. This time it was too loose fit. In the history of Narahari Sonar, such a fault has not happened. So it was an insult for himself to his workmanship. So Narahari Sonar said that, that's why I said in the beginning, I will not take such projects where I am not directly involved. I don't trust anyone's measurement. Okay, since now I have taken this project, I will do something. Please tie my eyes with a cloth. I do not want to see anyone else apart from Lord Shiva. Nobody else is my God. Only Lord Shiva is the Lord. I will go, take me in front of your Vitala. I will take my own measurement. It's okay, all right, fine. So they covered his eyes with a cloth. They took him to Lord Vitala. So when he touched Lord Vitala's head, he started feeling that he is touching Lord Shiva. He started shivering, he started, shaking and immediately opened his eyes to his surprise. The beautiful form of, Lord Panduranga was standing in front of him. Mastakalinga, Swarupalinga, Rupa Bhanga, Sajjana Sanga, Yadu Kulatilaka, Manmada Janaka, Patita Pavana, Dina Dayala. He started crying, weeping. He said, what a stupid I am. You are the same Lord. You are the same Supreme that I am worshipping. Similarly, Lord Jagannath gave darshan of Hathi Vesh, Ganesh darshan to one of the Ganesh devotees. So someone's substance is Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, and all the universe and all the opulences, all the creations, everything is resting in the Lord. If somebody understands that, he will be able to reveal himself in the form and manner that you desire. So which Caitanya Mahaprabhu revealed for all the wonderful personal associates whose heart was non-duplicitous. But for all the others, was an ordinary fella. So the point that I want to drive home here is that the Vaishnavas who understand the core essence of Krishna consciousness, they will move towards minimalistic, simplistic devotion. Minimalistic here refers to not the opulence that they would wish to offer to the Lord. Minimalistic refers to removal of all the frill portion and simply focus on their love. I'll give an example. When we come new to Krishna consciousness, we get attracted to different aspects and forms of Krishna consciousness. For example, I very well remember in my younger days of Krishna consciousness, I'm talking about 1989, 1990, those days. Maybe 1992, those days. This chanting bag with embroidery, with all, wonderful design in the chanting bag, with, Jagannath's face, with Hare Krishna Mahamantra embroidery, was the new introduction. So we used to be going after buying these things. T-shirts with, Jagannath picture, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu picture, bags with, different. So they were all newly introduced paraphernalia. When we go to any festival, Rath Yatra, we used to go to the shops, hunt for those things to get what we call as spiritual external identity. Then little later, we went little more in Krishna consciousness. Somewhere sense came saying that if I wear Jagannath's t-shirt and I offer obeisances on the floor, so maybe it is disrespect to Jagannath. So we decided, oh, maybe it is not something that is so appropriate. So we started developing some maturity. I had almost at a point in time 35, different t-shirts with Jagannath, Prabhupada, and so many things. But then at a point in time, I said, no, when I wear this, I'm supposed to give respect. I'm not supposed to, go and do certain things. Chanting bag is supposed to protect the, beads. And if chanting bag itself has got, Jagannath and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we put it in different places. So some sense of, attention came. I'm not saying those who are attracted to those things are bad, but I'm saying they happen to be impetus, motivation for us to come closer to Krishna, attraction for us to come closer to Krishna. But having an embroidery, a t-shirt or a bead bag, is it Krishna consciousness? No. Then we thought that, music is Krishna consciousness. Then we thought knowledge is Krishna consciousness. So we go on and go closer and closer. We improve upon ourselves in our devotional sentiments. But is all these things Krishna conscious, as it is explained in one of the previous verses? Fantastically, it is mentioned there. Being puffed up with the prestige of scholarship, the society of learned scholars monopolized the glories of Navadvipa, yet they were unable to understand the appearance and activities of Lord Gaura Sundara. So people who were attracted to Krishna consciousness, look at this, 799, Srimad Bhagavatam. One may possess wealth, an aristocratic family, beauty, austerity, education, sensory expertise, luster, influence, physical strength, diligence, intelligence, and mystic yoga power. But I think that even by all these qualifications, one cannot satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, one can satisfy the Lord simply by devotional service. Gajendra did this, and thus the Lord was satisfied with him. So it is extremely important for us to understand that this minimalism that I am referring to is to try to focus on what is the devotional aspect of the devotion rather than being attached to the frill elements. That is why these Sat Goswamis came to the extent of rejecting every external things. Yaktva Purna Masesha Mandalapati. As much as Janayudret, as much as Tridanda, as much as saffron robes, everything they gave up. This is not something to be imitated. This is not something to be, understood in a wrong manner. The point I'm trying to drive home is Caitanya Bhagavata and Caitanya Bhagavata's Bhagavatas are teaching us, elevating us, taking us closer by giving attention to the details. So if you give very close attention to the details, so many frill things, so many extra things, which were all supporting, which were all motivating for us to come closer to Krishna, will continue to be supportive for Krishna consciousness, but the real Krishna consciousness is to be non-duplicious. That part you will come to understand. So my first reflection I want to highlight here is that as practicing devotees, somewhere in our journey to Krishna consciousness, especially if we are of the age 40 plus, we need to start learning to become minimalistic in our personal life and maximize, go detail centric, go into the details of Krishna consciousness and start to love Krishna consciousness. The way Vrindavan Vassis gave attention to Krishna's details, Krishna's tilaka, Krishna's kundala, Krishna's pile, Krishna's dress, Krishna's hair, hair dress, the way Yashoda Maya used to do that. For us, Krishna dressed. For us, Krishna ate. For us, Krishna Kirtan is over. When Pankajangiri Prabhu, who is one of the senior disciples of Srila Prabhupada, who is the twin brother of our Jananivas Prabhu, when he left this world during the memorial celebration, there was an interesting pastime that was shared of him. So one time, Gauranga Prabhu, along with Pankajangiri Prabhu and one very senior, local well-wisher, went to a donor's house or somebody's house. So that time, everyone was introduced. So when they introduced Pankajangiri Prabhu, they introduced him that he is Srila Prabhupada's disciple. He joined this movement in 1973 as a pujari to the Lord, Nrsimhadev. So the donor asked him, so, sir, what are you now in ISKCON? If 1973 you joined as a pujari, what are you now in ISKCON? Because he thought in 50 plus years, for sure somebody's rank and position in the organization would have been much higher. So Pankajangiri Prabhu said that I am a pujari still in ISKCON. So that person asked, which means you didn't grow in the organization or something like that. I'm just paraphrasing. So who said not? I have grown in depth in my service. The day one of a pujari and the day after 51 years in being a pujari is not the same. The way you see Krishna, the way you love Krishna, the way you go deeper to Krishna, the way your devotional service to Krishna is different, sir. In only this material world, we hop between places. In Krishna consciousness, the more you are understanding, the more you are matured, you reduce travel, you minimalize everything, you are completely satisfied with the same thing done in a repeated manner with every day, increase the amount of love. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cannot control himself to be attracted to such a person. Once Srila Prabhupada told one old devotee, he is no more now, one devotee in earlier days in Krishna Balaram temple. He is very famously called as Dadu in Krishna Balaram temple. Prabhupada told him that inside the Krishna Balaram temple, the entire Vrindavan Dham is there. For the remaining 40 plus years, we were told that Dadu never left Krishna Balaram temple. So today we go to Vrindavan Dham. Today we go to Vrindavan Dham to see places. For us, Vrindavan, oh Radha Kund, oh Shyama Kund, oh this, oh that, glorious, very important. But as you go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, Shravanam, Dharanam, Dhyanam, Durvanusmriti, Samadhi. 5 stages of remembrance. From general Smaranam to Dharanam, we are minimalizing. Something we are removing and going little more deeper. And from Dharanam to Dhyanam, we are going further more deeper and removing some other portions. It is not that they are irrelevant. They are not anymore the focal point for our devotion. They may be still relevant to many other people. So my first point that I want to drive home in this current context is for us to be a recipient of Lord Chaitanya Deva's mercy, for us to be a progressive devotee in Krishna consciousness, especially all of those who have been in Krishna consciousness movement for 10, 15 years, and those who are really in their, in their matured grahastha stage. We need to start learning to minimalize, because so long as we are identifying ourselves with our surroundings, identifying ourselves with our acquired things. Kabe habe bolo se dinamar aparada guchi suddhana me ruchi kripa bole kabe hridaye sanchar. When will the day be mine? I will be attracted to the holy name of the Lord, Navadip of the Lord. So many things. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is asking so many questions. Kabe habe, kabe habe, kabe habe, when. So hence, for us as a practicing devotees, it is important. Here Vrindavan Das Thakura says, only devotional service will attract the Lord. So the first day when I was attracted to the Japamala bag, I was coming closer to Krishna. The second day when I was attracted to t-shirt, I was coming closer to Krishna. The third day when I was attracted to song, I am coming closer to Krishna. When the fourth day I was attracted to prasadam, I am coming closer to Krishna. Fifth day when I was getting attracted to knowledge, I am coming closer to Krishna. Glorious. But it is important, at some point in time, I need to get attracted to Krishna. And for the sake of Krishna, not for our personal agenda. Krishna facilitates, motivates. That is why all these paraphernalias, all these arrangements are wonderful. Prabhupada supported constructing a huge palatial, buildings and temples, so that Aam Admi, normal people, will come forward to see Krishna. Prabhupada wanted to attract opulence. By opulence, people will come to Krishna. But when you know more of Krishna, you will not be attracted to any of these lists that Srila Prabhupada is writing in 799. So my first reflection is to say that minimalism and simplicity is Vaishnavism, and that attracts the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So as explained by Vrindavan Das Thakura here, that nothing else will attract Krishna. For us to be attractive, let us learn to be simple. And that is one of the most difficult things, to be simple. Our education system, our society, our surroundings, and even our heart is not designed for simplicity. But when you are with a Vaishnava, he will teach you what it means to be simplicity for one's personal existence and what it means to be extravaganza when it comes to Krishna's service. Srila Prabhupada wanted TOVP. Srila Prabhupada wanted, a huge facility for the Supreme Lord. But for his personal self, one time Srila Prabhupada went to Bhubaneswar. When he went to Bhubaneswar, life members had organized for a huge, a program. This was much earlier, even when there was no temple in Bhubaneswar. So Srila Prabhupada was planning to be there for 3-4 days because the function was there for 3-4 days. So the organizers had made a wonderful staying arrangement for Srila Prabhupada, a wonderful guest house and arrangement. And by then, our dearest Gaur Govinda Maharaj had acquired a land for ISKCON. And that land, if you have been to Bhubaneswar, it's right now, it's in a very, very prime location. But in those days, it was one of the deserted place, hardly any development. It was like a jungle. In the middle of the jungle, where there are a lot of poisonous creatures move around, Gaur Govinda Maharaj had made a hut, a small thatched shed, and he was starting to worship there, to start preaching and eventually develop that place. Prabhupada said to the organizers that I would prefer to stay with my dearest Gaur Govinda Swami, or whatever, Gaur Govinda. And Prabhupada stayed with Gaur Govinda Maharaj for 3 days, 4 days. The drive home point is that Krishna consciousness is not what we see. Krishna consciousness is what we are. Krishna consciousness is what our consciousness is towards Krishna and towards Krishna's devotees and towards devotional service. In one purport to Nectar of Instruction, Srila Prabhupada writes a very interesting point. So I'll just read that purport. This is from the verse number 5 of Nectar of Instruction. That Prabhupada writes that how, according to various scholars and even according to Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, what is the standard of devotion and what is the standard of devotion that we need to subscribe to. Prabhupada is very nicely explaining. He's writing, I'm just trying to pull it out. He is writing that in our Krishna consciousness, many a times we are giving importance to certain details. But Prabhupada says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will acknowledge. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will acknowledge our sincerity and non-duplicitous nature. And he'll give us credit. This is in verse number 5. I'm not able to get it out. It's in verse number 5. Prabhupada writes, according to Sri Chaitanya Deva, according to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura, anyone who chants less than 64 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is considered as Patita. I am just paraphrasing because I'm not able to pull that out here. In the 5th purport, in the Shloka purport, Prabhupada writes, anyone who chants less than 64 rounds is called Patita. But if someone is able to perform the devotional service without duplicity, with utmost sincerity, Chaitanya Deva will still accept us and bestow his special benediction upon us. So according to that standard, we are patitas because we are all only chanting 16 rounds. But because there is a genuine, sincere endeavor, we will still be accepted by Lord Chaitanya Deva. So I want to highlight on this particular theme of being non-duplicitous because of late, because of the effect of Kali, effect of surroundings, even within Krishna consciousness circle, we are getting to see superficiality. That is not going to work. We somehow need to come to the ground reality to say Krishna consciousness means simplicity. Krishna consciousness means non-duplicity. Krishna consciousness means minimalism in our personal thinking and complete focus on glorifying the Supreme Lord. It is not minimalism for Krishna, it is minimalism for us. Elimination of all the fundamentals. Prabhupada says, we are not agnostic because in previous 2 verses before, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj writes, will Brahmacharya attract Krishna? Will asceticism attract Krishna? Will austerities attract Krishna? Will shaving someone's head attract Krishna? Will trying to give up something attract Krishna? Those are all things that are really external to an extent. Bhishma Deva's austerity was also questioned as something unnecessary. Rather, we are interested in completely participating in all the opulent activities if it is meant for glorifying Krishna. We are ready to reject everything if it is not glorifying Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. This science that we are learning and hearing and talking, it is easy to be speaking, but it is very important and difficult to be following. So that is why we need to search for that association. We need to search for that, opportunity and Sangha where importance is given to the details of Krishna consciousness. You go into the details, go into the nuances, go into the utmost emotions associated with Krishna consciousness, focus on that and perform them. It is not done with passion. It is not done with some sort of an external agenda. It's done with utmost devotion. That is why great, glorious, advanced, self-realized devotees, you see them less or no agitated, and they are in their own time and space because they are engrossed in Krishna consciousness details. The second reflection that I want to, highlight in this current context is about the point that we are all, finding it difficult, as Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj writes, being puffed up with prestige of scholarship. And he says that they all don't know anything. They all have no idea of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, glories. Their ponds are completely dried. There is no mercy left. There is no devotion left. That's what he is indicating. So the point is, I want to mention about an important complex that we as devotees should learn to watch out for. Because as we progress in Krishna consciousness, the complex of superiority and complex of inferiority, both will not work. The complex of superiority means you claim, you think, you show off, you imagine, you consider yourself as somebody better than others, an accomplished one, and you are seeing others from that viewpoint. I am temple president. I am Brahmin initiated. I am Bhakti Shastri. I am so and so. So this non-dupliciousness, where it is driving us to make our heart very, very simple. And this puffed up nature, this external, nature that is mentioned over here is very much prevalent in this current days amongst us. So the point that I want to drive home here as a second reflection is that it is extremely important to watch out for superiority complex within ourselves. I just finished teaching IDC course yesterday in the temple, and we were discussing about Guru-Sishya relationship and the importance of being a menial servant. Srila Prabhupada writes, 7 steps to achieve Divya Gyan from a bona fide spiritual master. Of the 7 steps, the third step is being a menial servant without false prestige. Doing menial service without false prestige is one of the important steps. You can read this in 4th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Shloka number 34, the famous verse, Tatvidhi Pranipaden. Then Prabhupada read 7 steps. Approach a bona fide spiritual master. Full surrender to a bona fide spiritual master. Do menial service without false prestige to the spiritual master. Satisfaction of the spiritual master. Inquiry to the spiritual master. Pass the test from the spiritual master. Then 7th stage is spiritual knowledge will be imparted. So when we are studying this, when we are studying these courses, when we are studying Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, all these things, we are studying this. But we need to emulate them. We need to emulate these feelings, these sentiments in our lives, so that we can perform menial service without false prestige. But if I have a superiority complex, which In my growing days in Krishna consciousness, even till now, I see what was the bad impact of it. I saw my family, my friends, my surroundings. They were all subordinates, stupids in Maya. Is that what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission is all about? No. The other extreme of being inferior, oh, I am nobody, I cannot learn anything, I am, somebody completely not useful, not going to qualify anything. That is also not accepted. Because you have to own up. You are supposed to be servant of your spiritual master. You cannot be wishy-washy saying that I am a fallen soul, I cannot do any service. So considering ourselves fallen and not doing any service is also difficult. And considering ourselves being superior is also difficult, because both these categories of people will fail to see Krishna. So the humility and the commitment to our devotional services. I surrender, submit myself, but fly high, glorifying Krishna. I will stay grounded, but fly high for glorifying Krishna. So here, all those great people came to Navadvipa. In those days, Navadvipa used to be considered as a very important place for scholarly people to gather. So being scholarly, having the superiority nature. We are nobody saying that, scrutinizingly studying Vedic literature is wrong. But scrutinizingly studying Vedic literature is meant for performing pure devotional service, cultivation of Krishna consciousness, anukulyena Krishna anusilanam, following in the footsteps of previous acharyas and performing devotional action in which we do something positive for Krishna and removal of something unwanted from our heart, which is against Krishna. Prabhupada writes in the introduction to Nectar of Devotion. Then only Krishna Akarshani. The 6 characteristics of pure devotional service, the 6th one is Krishna Akarshani. Krishna gets attracted. For what? Krishna gets attracted because we are performing devotional action as desired by my spiritual master, performing devotional service as desired by my spiritual authorities, performing devotional service without any strings attached for myself. Having said that, how do we reach that stage? On one side, we said non-duplicious and minimalism and simplicity. Another side, we said superiority complex and inferiority complexes are not conducive. So what am I supposed to do? I am still imbued with all these, vices and so much of baggage. What are we supposed to do? One Alvar in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya is singing a song. Poyen, poyen, endru solli, neyyen agi vandene. He said, I've been bluffing around, telling lies that I am a devotee, but somehow I became a devotee. So the process is that we do not give up our Krishna conscious endeavor, even though we have these vices, even though we have these challenges. It is not that these challenges can be eliminated by some other external process. It is not that we can remove this baggage, then come to Krishna consciousness. That's not what we are saying. We are saying 2 things. We need to continuously, enthusiastically, always in the association of Vaishnavas, try to go one step closer to Krishna in spite of our baggages. The baggages will wither away over the process. The only thing, the reason we are mentioning this point is, when we are moving forward, if the baggages are not getting loosened, if you are not losing those baggages, if you are not getting rid of those extra upadhis, if you are not being freed from those frill elements and still hung up to them, that's where the risk is. So we need to watch out for, am I getting closer to Krishna? Am I able to give importance to the details of Krishna consciousness? Am I able to see the inside nuance for Krishna consciousness? That is why sometimes you will get to see acharyas when they are glorifying. You look at Caitanya Bhagavata ideally. So many finer details. Vrindavan Thakur is writing. How he is writing? That many details Malini Mataji has given to Vrindavan Das Thakura. Which means that many details she observed. If you look at Ramayana, how Valmiki writes the glories. He is writing so many finer details. Krishna, Rama's beauty, Sita's beauty, so many wonderful details. So when you write the details, when you know how much you are in love with them, when you are a parent, when you have a 2-year-old child in your house, your topic of discussion is, my child scribbled. You will celebrate. Because the previous day, the child didn't even know to hold the pen. Today, the child scribbled. Tomorrow, the child drew a line. Day after tomorrow, the child drew a box. Fourth day, the child could color it. Because you are able to incrementally see the progress. You are able to appreciate, yes, we are progressing. Krishna consciousness is like that. Acknowledge, recognize, focus on incremental growth towards Krishna and highlight and give importance to that and facilitate that aspect of your Krishna consciousness and not give importance to these baggages. So I want to conclude by saying that Vrindavan Das Thakura has given us a masterpiece for us to develop love for Krishna. I will end with this small note with respect to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. In ISKCON, in earlier days, after Prabhupada, there were not many who knew about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. So they all used to come to His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj. One devotee mentioned recently that Jayapataka Maharaj used to be encyclopedia of Chaitanya Leela. In the sense, I'm not sure how many of you are aware about this. Recently, when Jayapataka Maharaj was admitted to the hospital in Delhi, same time as in when His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj left the planet, Jayapataka Maharaj got a dream. In the dream, he actually traversed through Navadvipa, identified a pastime place which he has been searching for so many years, and he found that route, he found that place, and some of his servants, they cross-verified and cross-checked that they concluded. So the reason I'm mentioning is this. So Prabhupada introduced Jayapataka Maharaj to one politician in India, Srinathji Prabhu's father, that this boy is an associate of Lord Sri Chaitanya, so please give him Indian citizenship. At that time, Srinathji Prabhu thought that every one of us want to acquire American citizenship. This boy is, relinquishing his American citizenship. So what a funny guy he is. Later he is confessing that how all these things are making sense. Prabhus and Matajis, that I have my personal association and I witnessed what it means to be describing, enjoying, participating the Chaitanya Leela discussion with details. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please attend some classes of His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj. I'm sure there are many, many more people who are doing that. It's not that just because of my Guru Maharaj I'm saying this. The way he narrates, as if he witnessed, he participated, and that is our source of inspiration to be attracted to Lord Chaitanya and to be attracted by Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not interested in any kapat. That is why Chaitanya Charitamrita very strongly condemns certain vices, kutinati, and so many other vices. He's listing, Chaitanya Charitamrita is giving 7-8 lists of vices. Duplicitous nature, diplomatic nature, and so many points that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes. So I just want to stop here by saying we are all so fortunate to be blessed with this wonderful opportunity of hearing and participating in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's transcendental pastimes, and we are privileged and we have an opportunity to be part of that pastime even now if we eliminate all our baggages and focus on the pure love, focus on Gauranga Prema, and I'm sure we will be able to enjoy them and distribute it to everyone. Thank you so much. Shri Shri Caitanya Bhagavata ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai, Jai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Any questions or comments or reflections? I'll be happy to respond.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for a very, very beautiful class. Thank you for sharing that pastime of Guru Maharaj. That was very nice to hear from you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Many points that I've learned, especially how we have to be like, always in the mood of servant of the servant, never take any credit and do the service. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, when you are seeing again and again that we are Patita, Vrinda was here. She's telling, Mommy, I am Patita, I am Patita. Yes, yes. I was, she was hearing that very attentively and she was repeating. I said, yes, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Akshar Das Prabhuji, are you having any questions, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, I have two questions if the time allows.
Yes, sure, Prabhuji. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Rāmagiridhāri Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. Prabhuji, I have first question is like how to set the mood for Ekadashi and fasting for appearance and disappearance days. Since when I am engaged in the service in the DT kitchen, I am feeling like, oh, okay, there is some beautiful prasad out there. Even though I'm fasting, Nirjal, I'm like, shall I pack it for tomorrow? Or like how to control the tongue and how to set the mood. What should be the ideal mood for fasting? And like even if like I have to admit that I have superiority complex, like even if I'm cleaning a toilet or doing some menial service, I'm like, okay, I'm better than others. So how to kill that?
Okay, so for the first one, thank you so much for your question, Prabhu. For the first one, I'll tell a small story. This happened in ISKCON. In the earlier days of ISKCON, devotees used to have full fasting, Nirjala fasting for Ekadashis. One time, Srila Prabhupada was in a temple on Ekadashi day. So Srila Prabhupada, he did not usually, in ISKCON temple, the usual routine procedure is 9 o'clock. After the Bhagavatam class, have, morning breakfast, and everybody goes out for book distribution and Sankirtan and, related services. And they can come back in the evening, have prasadam, attend Sandhyarti, and they relax. So on that day, the entire temple was like kind of, down, that everybody is, stuck to some corners in the temple, and, they're just lying down. Somebody is lying down, somebody is, very, sad, somebody is very morose, somebody is very dull. Srila Prabhupada asked, what's going on? So one day Swami said, Prabhupada, everybody is observing Ekadashi fasting. So that is why, everybody is, performing Nirjala, so they are so tired and weak. And so Prabhupada said that the principle of observing Ekadashi fasting is to glorify Krishna and perform more service to Krishna and not otherwise. Prabhupada was not agnostic to someone fasting or not fasting. Prabhupada says the principle underlying the fasting. We are not somebody like, religious practitioner that wanting some sukriti. Like how this, one of the purports, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, right? Just by shaving head and giving up of some of the material possessions, it is not enough. That could be good. They are all good elements to make progress in the devotional life. But the principle underlying is about performing more service to Krishna. So Ekadashi Vrata, observance of any Vrata, the underlying principle is not the austerity. The underlying principle is service. How you can perform more service, more remembrance. The austerity is associated with that because we are known for, over baggage people, eating more, sleeping more, talking more, wasting our time more. That is why austerity is introduced. But sometimes by introduction of austerity, if that aspect is increasing again, then those austerity is futile. So hence it is important for us to make sure on all the fasting days, if everybody's health, everybody's individual position, everyone understands. So wherever, in whichever capacity, we are able to perform service enthusiastically, that is to be done. Of course, some amount of austerity is definitely encouraged. As I said, the purpose of austerity is minimalistic so that you can perform more devotional service. So the mood of Ekadashi, the mood of appearance and disappearance days of Acharyas and the Supreme Lord, more service. And generally, I can't do more service when I am alone. So immediately go and join somebody else. So if I have no cooking, if I have no work, if I have no other things, naturally my days and things are longer. So I will be able to go and be with someone. So together, me and my, buddy, partner, my devotional partner, that could be a wife, that could be a friend, that could be your congregation, junior to you, equal to you. Sometimes when we are together, we are able to cross-inspire each other, especially in our growing days. Because these are all some practices, some sadhana, some, routine that we are trying to build in to ourselves, so that as we progress in Krishna consciousness, we are able to remain steady without much requirement for ourselves. So the observance of any vrata, underlying principle is more devotional service and more sangha. More sangha, more service, and less austerity. It should not be the focus. Whilst less austerity is anyway good, but less austerity for more sangha is appreciated. Am I making sense, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. But
Yeah, with
one
respect
more
to
thing, I
yeah,
had
sorry.
one sadhana card can tell how my devotional service is going on paper. But how do I know that I'm gaining depth? Like, should our devotees going to give me feedback, or like how to see that I am becoming up simple?
Yeah, so I will answer your second question and this question combined. The point is, when we are progressing in Krishna consciousness, it is but obvious that we need an association where our progress is shared and observed by some well-wisher who is superior to us. This is very common sense, whether it is using sadhana card system, whether it is about personal confession, session with someone, whether it is about any form of discussions, because you are interested in your devotional life. How much importance you give the details of your devotional life tells you how much you are giving interest in the details to Krishna. So the intent is, one of the easiest mechanism that is recommended always is, every practicing devotee should have one senior at least to whom he or she looks up to, one equal to whom he or she can share his heart to, one or two juniors to whom he or she imparts the knowledge. These three associations simultaneously will make it complete in your learning process. If with one senior, I will know what am I supposed to do, I will be my direction, my line of thought, I am gaining that direction from that person. With one equal, I am gaining my very important sharing, because I need a buddy for moving along. Otherwise, I do not know myself, I may not be able to do it. And with the junior, when I'm imparting that knowledge, I am making myself in a manner that I am supposed to behave responsibly because I'm teaching someone. So this arrangement is a very strategic step that we take to ourselves. Sometimes we try to eliminate ourselves from such people because we do not want anyone to monitor us or watch over us. But please note, Krishna is anyway watching over us. Please note, anyway we are under somebody's scanner. Please note, anyway everybody is making opinions about ourselves. So why not make it meaningful? So the superiority complex or inferiority complex or any complex for that matter, that gets eliminated in a sadhu sangha wherein I am under some authority. That means you are not depositing your intelligence to that authority, which means you are becoming thoughtful by being under some authority. Like, for example, Arjuna, when he surrendered to Krishna, he did not deposit it in his intelligence to Krishna. Rather, he used this intelligence to understand Krishna's instruction to become a better devotee. Similarly, when we surrender to seniors, many times I have seen in ISKCON, oh, my senior said, I said, that's why I'm doing this. So, no, you're supposed to be thoughtful. You're supposed to be having a dialogue, interaction to make sure how my Krishna consciousness is progressing, because you will know, because you are experiencing it. A senior can guide, a friend can help, a junior can learn, but you take ownership of your action by very closely giving attention to your own heart. Is it giving importance to the details of Krishna consciousness? Making sense?
Very insightful and satisfying, Prabhu. I can contemplate on it for the rest of the life. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. All good, Prabhupada.
Yeah, Anita Mataji, please go ahead with your question.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All the glories to Srila Prabhupada. Very, very nice class, and more than that, very nice reply for the questions what Prabhuji has asked. So which is very helpful for me also in one sense. So Prabhuji, I was about to ask a question like, what is the Vairagya in Bhakti, Prabhu? How do you
What is
define it?
Vairagya in Krishna consciousness? Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga. So, Vairagya in Krishna consciousness is not what we think as, what we generally think. Vairagya means I relinquish, I give up, I force myself into something else. Vairagya means what will I have to do so that I get attracted to Krishna. It is very simple. A person A is in love with person B. He is so much love with that person, he goes out of the way, out of the comfort zone, out of his normal routine, out of his practices to attract, to inspire, to be loving, to be expressive, to be caring towards the person he is in love with. He will go against all odds. May it be financial, may it be physical, emotional, anything. Sometimes to an extent that, he does things which otherwise he would have not done for anyone else. So generally, the word Vairagya it is directly proportionate to how much you love Krishna, you love the holy name, you love the spiritual master. Anything disproportionate in this will make it little painful and boring. Anything proportionate will make it actually very nice. Me waiting for my beloved to come and to have dinner together with him or her. It is my choice. I will not feel hungry. Rather, the wait or the curiosity or the excitement of going to meet my beloved will make it much, much more interesting. Krishna is explaining this to Narada Muni in Brihad Bhagavata Madhya. Krishna is explaining at the time after everything is done, Krishna, Narada Muni, they were having prasadam together. Narada Muni was super excited after his journey from Dasashwamedha Ghat all the way to Dwaraka. When Krishna was having prasadam, Krishna is explaining, my dear Narada, It is not that I do not want to go to Vrindavan. I always want to go to Vrindavan, and practically I am living in Vrindavan. But by me not going to Vrindavan, they are always living with me by their feeling of separation from me, and that austerity, that mood of feeling of separation is superior in one sense than the milan that would happen. If I'm going to meet them, they may be happy instantaneously, but there is a possibility that they will get heartbroken, fearing that I may leave again. So by my not going there, by me putting them in anxiety, I'm actually increasing the emotion and devotion. So this is a little philosophical answer, but on a practical ground, Vairagya in our Krishna consciousness is and should be something that is proportionate to the love and care and love and understanding and love and surrender and love and seriousness for our devotional journey. Having said this, in a sadhaka stage, we do not know to measure them. That is why we have been given a formula. Okay, every Ekadasi you do this way. Every, so you do this way. It is sadhana bhakti means something that is superimposed, that is forced. But that is not the benchmark of it. Benchmark is, as you move forward, move closer, you will develop more and more Vairagya, depends upon your understanding in Krishna consciousness. So sadhana bhakti Vairagya is different. In Bhava bhakti, the Vairagya is different. In Prema bhakti, the Vairagya is different. And no Vairagya is cross-referenced and we cannot be, imitating or following the other one. So if whilst performing sadhana bhakti, the Vairagya for us is as much as we are directed by our spiritual authorities, that much we are ready to cooperate and perform devotional service, and by accepting some discomfort in our life. That is a Vairagya in sadhana bhakti. Vairagya in Raganuga, Vairagya in further stages, by me voluntarily accepting some austerity so that I withdraw myself from sense gratificatory objects to go closer to Krishna. And Vairagya in further stages, that I do not have anything to do with this material world. I naturally swing towards Krishna. That which is not going to give me Krishna, I will eliminate myself from that. So that way, step by step, stage by stage, we are trying to move closer to Krishna, and this is very scientific. I'm not sure if I did answer your question, but this is something that I would want to say as part of Vairagya and Krishna consciousness.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, it was such a very beautiful answer, Prabhuji. So I just, I didn't expect this kind of reply, but still it's very satisfying. So, and I have one more question also, Prabhu. Do you have time?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
So now you were saying about Vairagya, but so I just want to know what is the connection between the Jnana and Vairagya in this?
Vairagya is for controlling the senses. Jnana is for regulating them in the right direction. One is you don't do something. Second is you do something. By Vairagya, I'm telling in a layman's language. There are much more details to this. In a layman language, by my austerity, by my Vairagya, I restrict myself from doing something. By the use of knowledge, I'm engaging myself in doing something. So that way, put together, I'm withdrawing from some nonsense for going towards something sense. Knowledge without Vairagya, it is like I am a cardiac surgeon, but I will smoke 10 cigarettes a day. How does it sound? I am a cardiac surgeon. I am a surgeon who gives solution to people's cardiac problem. I perform surgery to them. I treat them well, but I'll smoke 10 cigarettes a day. So that doesn't make any sense. So similarly, in our devotional practice, when we are trying to do something, I am supposed to not do something. Not do is explained by Vairagya. To do is explained by jnana. And together it becomes vijnana. Vijnana means application of knowledge. Application of knowledge means I will simultaneously implement what I am not supposed to do, I will not do. I will do what I am supposed to do in a manner by which I am expected to do. So then it becomes bhakti. Makes sense?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. So to some extent I could understand, but not fully. Maybe I should hear it once again, I think. So what
the point I'm saying
understood
is, okay, I'll just say in another word. Basically, jnana means something we are told what we are supposed to be doing in Krishna consciousness. Knowledge helps us in knowing the truth.
Okay.
Austerity helps us in restricting our extra frill elements which otherwise not let us see the truth. By my being obese, I will not be able to dance in the kirtan. Every one of us is supposed to dance in the kirtan. Don't be obese. So how you put them together? Eat less, become thin, so that you can dance in the kirtan. So this together, that is a combination of this. I am supposed to dance in the kirtan is part of our Sankirtan mission. But if I am 125 kilos, then I will not be able to dance. I will go and sit in, I will find some corner and sit. So I will miss the mellow part of Krishna consciousness. So that is the simplest way I could put this together.
Okay, got it, Prabhuji. So with the intelligence, we should know what we are supposed to do and what we are not supposed to do, and we have to be firm in that. That is a vairagya.
Yes.
So thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Then introduced to Shri Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Very, very wonderful question answers and very wonderful session, Prabhu. Really, really grateful to you. And I really second what you said, that His Holiness Jayapataka Goswami Maharaj is really an encyclopedia for Chaitanya Leela. Prabhuji, can you share a little bit more on the dream that Maharaj got? Like,
I will share the entire, the transcript of the dream over WhatsApp, so you all can enjoy the finest details.
Sure. Thank you so much. I was hesitant to ask because it's
no, that's okay. It's a fantastic. It's a very nice. I mean, sometimes I hesitate to speak because people think that I am lobbying for my spiritual master, but that's not the intention. I mean, he's a saint, and he is one of the in Prabhupada's words, he is Chaitanya's man. So it's very obvious, especially relevant to this context when we are talking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealing himself. Whom does he reveal? Whom does he not reveal? I thought of mentioning, because in my life, I never knew who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, and I'm still not know who he is in a manner I'm supposed to be knowing. All I knew about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was from my Guru Maharaj, and I owe him a lot. So it is very important, as we acknowledge Vrindavan Das Thakur, as we acknowledge Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj and Prabhupada. It is duty for me to acknowledge Jayapataka Maharaj. That's why I said this last time.
Sure. Yeah, definitely, Prabhu, definitely. I doubt anybody will think that you are.
No, that's okay. But still, some disclaimers are better. Otherwise, nowadays, so many things are happening. So
I know.
Somebody's coming to a forum to lobby for somebody.
Of course. I agree with you. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Please do share with me.
Yeah, I will definitely, for sure.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the beautiful class and nice question and answers. We have learned so many points from the question and answers. Thank you, dear devotees, for asking wonderful questions. If there are no more questions or realizations, we can end the call here. I would like to offer my obeisances to Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas assembled on the call. Vancha kalpatarobhyasya kripa sindhu bhyevacha patidanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo nama. Ananta koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His place Rāmagiridhāri Prabhuji ki jai.
Prabhuji could with Pranam. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, dear devotees, for joining the call. We'll close the call for today.
Very nice class,
Hari Bol.
Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.